love. But in the basic language, there are two words, prem and pyar. What you love, you talk about, is what we call it pyar. We don't call it prem. Prem we call where there is no return. Pyar we call which is correspondingly responding. Love has two states. Love is a state of mind which must be fulfilled by the individual human body in all its totality. And love is the only method through which body reaches consciousness consciously and the body reaches the ugliness consciously. The basic pain of the earth and the pleasure of the heaven, if can be experienced, it can be only experienced through love. Love has two sides to it. One is correspondingly competing, you call it jealousy. Correspondingly communicating, you call it neurosis, drama. Every aspect of human behavior is based on two love, active and reactive. Total sides of the love are three: active, reactive and ultimate. Ultimate is called ishq. Ishq is a love which is ultimate. It has no action and reaction. It is as it is. You have that Romeo-Juliet love, that's the one epic written here in the West. In India, these loves are Soni Maiwal, Heer Ranja, Laila Majnu. These stories, these epics, these dramas are still played. And even Guru Gobind Singh, in his own writing, takes a scenario from one of the lover's life. Yarade dasan satthar changa pat khedyan da rehna. My friend's bad, terrible, uncomfortable bed. Satthar is called when you take the dead body on the ground and the person is dying, it's called satthar te pa do, put him on the dead bed. She says, my lover's dead bed is better than my in-laws. My in-laws, the most silken and most beautiful beds are pat. Pat means where furnace. My friend's dead bed is better than those most precious beds or facilities which are to me like a furnace. This is the epic story of Heer and Ranja. They were two lovers. There is a story of Laila and Majnu, and there is a story of Soni and Maiwal. These are the three stories of the Punjab, which are for centuries have been sung, loved, revered, respected, adored as the ultimate love, ishq. Like Majnu was a man, Laila was the princess, and they couldn't meet, and he was almost very sick and skinny, won't eat, wanted to see her. Somebody said, Majnu, God wants to see you, and there is a one line in that, Kisi ne aa kaha Majnu tujhe Allah bulata hai. Somebody came and asked Majnu, God is asking for you. And his answer was, Agar hai khash milne ki to Laila ban ke aa jaye. If he wants to meet me, God wants to meet me, he has to turn himself to be a Laila, I want to see God. So there is a saying, the philosophers, the lovers and the lunatics are all belong to the same category. So basically, love is the insensitive but most powerful motivating force. It is a hysteria. It has nothing to do with conscious intelligence. All it has to do is passion. And sometimes the same love, passion, when becomes compassion, that is where God becomes for that man. Now this is the difference. Love is love. Love is a basic motivating force. I'm not asking you that there can be two forces. Love is love. And mostly your love is a passionate force. That's how it is. But when this passionate force turns itself to be a compassionate, under the guidance of compassionate intelligence, that is where one becomes Brahmagyani. One knows all, one sees all, says all. Same thing. So, you have a positive love, you have a negative love. You can't misunderstand your negative love. Negative love you have to understand very well. Negative love is hatred. Negative love is insecurity. Negative love is jealousy. All these things you hate the most are negative love. Are the thing you like most, the romance, the dream, the Prince Charming coming and blah blah blah, is positive love. There's nothing you can do about it. And it is so unfortunate, when you are in love, you become insensitive. Love is either a phobia or is a hysteria. That's its elementary nature. But it is a very projecting nature. So senses cannot match up with it. Logic and reason cannot deal with it. That's the one tragedy about love. It's a very straightforward motivating force. Now, what happened to the state of love? State of love is reactive. Once it gets activated, it is correspondingly reactive. It moves both sides. It's not one-way traffic at all. Love is not one-way traffic. It has its reaction. It's a most powerful motivating force. But when response is not to the frequency where action is, action and reaction miss each other. Then the same love which is creative becomes destructive. Do you understand what I'm saying? When you love somebody and somebody loves you, you have to fake it to begin with, because you do not know what love is to begin with, honestly. So you fall in love for security, you fall in love for body, you fall in love for appearance, you love for sex, you fall for a kiss did it to you, gift, this, there are so many things, million things I can't count even. Something, there is a one place and one time you fall in love. It doesn't happen all the time. And once that happens, it projects you. It projects you in a state of hysteria. That's his first step. The way you understand love, you are really idiots. Love is not what you think love is. Love is a motivated hysteria to begin with, or a commotion, or is a neurosis, or is expectation, whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to call it anything. God knows it. With every individual, it changes to an individual moment. But once this move, you start directing communication. Bow and arrow, the Cupid, which in this, Cupid is very stupid. Cupid is… So you have to be stupid, first fall with the Cupid. And the Cupid is going to throw the arrow, you gotta go. Okay, there's no way out. This arrow can go in but cannot come out. But God, if ever it comes out, it leaves a scar which bleeds the rest of the time. That's what it is. So basic, it's a ban. Ban is an arrow. From ban word comes bana. Ban means something which can go and actually kill you. Bana means something which kill your ego. The word bana, you all upset about it, is actually… you're lot of… because it's very difficult to wear a good bana and then run around. It is very difficult to wear bana and not to be recognized. It's very difficult to wear bana and not to be questioned. When you wear a bana, you are out. You are out to everything. There's nothing of you. You are dead as you when you wear a bana. You represent something, you may not be that or may be that. You have no choice. In everything else you have a choice, in bana you have no choice. And exactly in ban, there is no choice. Ban means something which hits the heart. That is why they say Cupid, it's stupid. Isn't Cupid a god of love? A little kid hangs on the trees with a little arrow and… it's stupid because whenever it feels like it hits the heart. So, first is a commotional hysteria. You know what hysteria is? You are semi-aware but things are not under your control. Have you seen people in hysteria? You have seen people in epilepsy? Something like that. Hysteria is something, people do things not knowing what they are doing, but they know they are alive, that much they know. So that is first, then communication starts, and in communication, direction, frequency and sharpness and motive is projected. The second stage of love is, first is communication, first is hysteria of contact. On contact, state of hysteria happens. Then on the second stage is communication, in which frequency is established. Third stage of love is, who is the lover and who is the beloved. It doesn't have to do anything with male and female. My apologies. Had that been the case, two men could not have been the lover and they would not have a gay or lesbian community. Because the third stage is deciding factor, who is the lover and who is the… Love has its own genders, put it plain. You understand that? Once that is established, then further stage of it is purification. That's the most difficult stage in the love. Purification is when both see each other clearly as you see yourself into the mirror. And that is where love turns into hatred. First three stages are common in everything. Otherwise, without these first three stages, love cannot start. Because the neurons in the brain will not act accordingly. They have a specific pattern. So basically, love is established on those three patterns exactly in all human beings. The act of purification is where you see the unseen of each other. Before that, who's the lover and who's the beloved, it is not established in about 80% cases. Matter falls apart there. And in the action of purification, 95% people fall apart. Because it's very difficult for people, because when you purify yourself with love, then you have to merge. And merger of everything in the world is easy but two egos. Because the law of ego is it never merges. When I lives, thou will never come in. The only way to thou come in is the I has to be eliminated. Fight is between I and thou. Fight is not between two human beings. So if your love affair fall apart, don't misunderstand, it is meant to be. You can't save it. Because you can't save it, because you can't love it. You can't love it because you do not have the control on your ego. If you cannot put the ego on the side, you cannot succeed in love, period. And even don't try it. It's an inborn cancer with certain people. It's an inborn cancer of mind that in some people their ego rules. Therefore love must defeat out. The stage of purification is the deciding stage. All right. Once you get from the fear of purification, then the ego eliminates. Then the love is understood by id. Existing sensitivity, original sensitivity. Original sensitivity develops itself to ultimate sensitivity. Therefore, two people, they have one sensitivity, one action, one reaction and one feeling. Doesn't matter how much time and distance they have between themselves. And that is the state of ultimate love. Now you can read a lot of books and you are Western. Your love does not go over navel point. Your love is, I have developed a new word because I knew I was coming to teach today. I call it service love. You know, your gas station, you have two kinds of self-serving and attendant serving. And that is called Western love. In your life, you drive yourself to LA and you decide the price, what you want to pay for it. So if you have a little less ego, then you go for what you call it self-serving situation. And if you have little better amenities of your ego, then you go to… And once a while you use even the technician, the mechanic. And that is called love drama you play. And don't misunderstand, I'm just not putting anybody down. I have seen people who play love drama much better than the lovers. Fake is much better than the real ones, because real diamond has a flaw in it and those zirconians don't. But if you understand all the material, it's the same material. So what I'm trying to tell you is, once the love is used for achievement, for self-service, it shall be perfect. The only problem with that kind of love is it doesn't last very long. Because once your drama is started, it has to come to an end. So some people all their life play love game. They are… if there's a woman, she plays man to man. Let me put you a conversation which you'll be shocked to hear, but I hear them every day, therefore please forgive me for that. One woman said, as far as I'm concerned, I started making love when I was 15. And in the last 37 years, to have 40 to 60 men is just like living like a nun. Can you match up this conversation? And all along this period she is married. And she has 6 children. And I did ask one thing. I said, do you understand that you have absolutely no control over yourself? And she says, self-control is idiotic paradise of the cowards. And then I said, do you mean that life without discipline has no meaning? He said, discipline is just killing yourself as a normal human being and living like a zombie. How you like that conversation? Sick. That's why yesterday I was very sick. 35 minutes of that conversation made me more sick than I could have gained health in the last 3 months. I couldn't believe on this planet Earth, in a human body, a person can live whose language, well defined, can just put down everything in the world that you believe makes a human a human. Why it is so? There is something called, it is called this activity from the atomic bomb, what they call? How you spell it? Why I have done this so that you can never forget it. It's called radioactive love. It kills either way. It's a love of non-reality. It is based on a subconscious romance which will never be practical, and people chase it to their death. It is so radioactive that it also kills the neighborhood. If you meet such a friend who has a radioactive love, your marriage will be broken, your uncle will have babies through her. Believe me, these people do not stop for anything whatsoever, and unfortunate part of it is they are innocent. They are possessed. They have something, what you call is a very powerful imagination in subconscious, and that's what they call love, and it comes from basic childhood anger. And when you are angry while you were a child, you cannot get away from it, and you cannot think about it, you cannot deal without it. You may go to any psychoanalyst, psychologist, psychiatrist, nothing can protect you. Nothing can protect you. Because it is in your subconscious, it sits there and is the most powerful motivating force which carries you, and it is never a reality, it is always a non-reality. Therefore, for such people, there is nothing enough. And they are angry. Love totally becomes a part of their life, and anger becomes their part of their activity. They yell, scream, accuse, abuse. They are always depressed. They always have absolutely no love for their imagination or for themselves, because everything comes to them is from their subconscious. It is nothing you can even do. It is nothing even you can relate. It is nothing you can even think. It is nothing. I mean, say this person is totally a human being. That is why in Sri Guru Granth, love parables are well explained. The relationship of the soul and God is related like a man and a woman, like a lover and a beloved. If you understand all those similes and those references, you will never even believe that you are not reading a very great love story. Like, Ajna Suti Kantasyo Ang Mode Mudjai. My limbs are turning themselves in convulsion because I am not with my lover today. Jai Pikhu Duhagni Kiku Ranvyai. I like to ask, I'm going to ask the one unfaithful one, how you sleep at night? So it is also all the human emotions, all the human existence is correspondingly stated in the love. Like one bed is made, flowers are done, decoration done, I am waiting for my lover. If he has not come, what use is that decoration? Now it's a common male-female relationship. Guru takes all that just as a simile, which we know, and tells us what use that life is if soul does not feel the God. The mostly female is the soul and God is the male. Male and female relationship are very well explained in the Sri Guru Granth in detail. If you really want to read one of the most beautiful love epic, which is a total reality, you can pick up all the love story from the Sri Guru Granth. And my only hope was that we are putting all that on a computer. Is she there? Sangeet? New York. What is about Sri Guru Granth now computerizing it to the point? How much successful you are? Well, why can't you not just get to the most American needed program, love and relationship, so that we can come on that, and then I'll start explaining it with the psychological and logical explanation, then I think that will be the best-selling book in the world. Possible? Well, that's the project, my idea. My idea sometime to ask you to read Sri Guru Granth in English is perhaps that somewhere along the line, few lines will come to your notice which will change your life. This grossness, physical love, which is actually the biological cooling system, is very essential. The prana feed the tattvas. Tattva creates the rasa. Rasa means the juices. The juices ultimately circulates. In that circulation, all the glandular system works and involves itself. And there is a place to bring it to harmony. There are two ways of harmony. One is making the negative and positive meet and start the glow so the calmness can come. That is called sensual, sexual, individual love. The other is mental love. And the mental love is by communication, by intelligence, by service, by radiance, all the practical game which we play, by hatred, is destructive, mental destructive. By positive, mental constructive, we play and uplift each other. And then above all, there's a love which is called real, ultimate. That is, we merge, not physically, but also mentally, spiritually, an arc, aura, subtle, total thing. We amalgamate each other. That is the real love. I have seen two lovers in my life, and I have experienced them. My own grandfather and my own grandmother. I can not recount one day when my grandmother has ever spoken a word as a full sentence. And she was the noble lady of the entire state, and whatever the land was, and she was the real landlord, and she worked it all out. People will come in presence and they will say, "We understand what we have to do, it will be all done, you don't have to worry about it. Forgive us for our rudeness to even coming to you." And I used to ask her, I said, "Grandmother, what do you do?" "Oh, what is it?" "They have been fighting out there. 3 people got injured. 1 is in hospital in serious condition. And they all think got matter brought to you. And these 4 people on one side, 9 people on one side, come in your presence and immediately don't know what to do. And you don't even utter a word. For God's sake, sometime I want to see your teeth. Open your mouth." And she said, "If the presence doesn't work, then words are empty." And I might have heard that many, many times. If presence doesn't work, words are empty. And my grandfather, I have seen him in a very noble state of mental affair as a good Sikh. And he was in travels and he was all around where he could be. But they could communicate with each other. They knew better than the telegram, the telephone, or the letter could do. And it's amazing. My grandmother, early in the morning, was going for a prayer, and the roof had an air opening, which was left open accidentally. And she fell from it, maybe about 30 feet. And when she fell for it, there was absolutely no breakage, no sign. And after that, she recuperated and she lied down, and somebody notified to the grandfather that accident has taken place. And he smilingly said, "There is no accident, she just want to go home." He didn't say anything more than that. It amazed us all that that afternoon she left the body. Medically fully examined, there was no head injury or anything, she was conscious. She fell, and then in the last sense he said, somebody said, "Oh my God, somebody did it wrong, kept it open and you have fallen." She said, "No, I have not fallen, but I am. And this fall is nothing. I like to rise to my own home. Good luck and good wishes for all. Vaheguru," and that's it. I'm literally translating what I read and what I saw and what I heard. So what I'm trying to explain to you, this mind this body is not a very ordinary gift. Actually it is given to you. Guru Kirpa te Bhakt Kamai, tae manas dehi pai. With Guru's blessing, you devotedly worshipped God, and that's why you gained the human body. It's the Ikosimre Dev. The angels worship this body because the senses and the experience of this body will give you a realization of God in a practical sense. And it gives you a practical projectivity of kindness and compassion. Life without compassion and kindness is not worth. Guru Arjan, as Arjan Mal in childhood, was separated from Guru Ramdas. The pain he went through, the agony he went through, the separation he went through was that of two lovers. He was in love with the beloved was Guru Ramdas, though it was his father. But the orders were, that you go Lahore, and until I don't write to you, don't come. So Guru Arjan Dev at that time was Arjanmal, he was no more Guru. In that pain and in that separation and that agony, he communicated. That's why I say communication is a very powerful project. He communicated. He communicated by virtue of letters. He wrote one letter, which his elder brother kept and did not pass to the Guru. He wrote second letter. It was not reached. Third letter when he sent and said, go and give this letter in Guru's hand and not to anybody. Third letter reached Guru Ramdas. Guru Ramdas read that letter. It was marked 3, number 3. Guru Ramdas immediately sent for Guru Arjan Dev, Arjan Mal, and brought him over. They said when the two met, it was like light and delight met forever. That's the only expression of that meeting is. And then Prithya, the elder brother, who never wanted Guru Arjan Dev to become Guru, had he known that Guru Arjan Dev had to sit on a hot plate, he might not have jealously competed for it, but he was all the time making all the efforts to drop him dead. And he tried. There are two ways to do it. One is by assassination, other is by character assassination. So he was first on this character assassination job and disconnecting him from the Guru. But what happened is when those 3 letters, Guru Arjan Dev, Guru Arjan Mal was here, he was not Guru then. He asked, Guru Ramdas asked Prithya that you are in charge of the estate. Those 2 letters, where they are? He said, I don't know. He was American. Prithya was American. He said, I don't know. So Guru Ramdas told one of his attendants, go in his long coat, in the inner pocket, those letters are, bring them over. So the man went and brought those letters. There was 3 letters there, and Guru Ramdas said, okay Prithya, you want Arjun not to be the Guru, right? Now these are 3 letters. Whosoever wrote the 4th completes it, becomes the Guru. Now Prithya only knew how to steal letters, he never learned how to write letters. Guru Arjan Dev at that time wrote, Paag hoya Guru Sant Malaya, Prabha Vinasi Kar mein paya, Sev kari palchasana vachida. That last is his 4th letter. Not only Guru Ramdas gave Guru Arjan Guruship, but blessed those letters, and they become the first of the Shabad Hazare, that whenever your love is in the part of separation, or life of love is in trouble, whosoever shall read this Shabad Hazare The body, soul, mind, everything shall meet. And if there is ever a love trouble, I tell you something, it is called, when you heat iron, and you put it in an oil, what they call it? Tempering it. You understand? And when the iron is tempered, it becomes very powerful. Is that true? Okay. Now, this is the secret. Gurmat secret we call it. If you read these 4 Shabdazare, okay, once, correct? And in between every letter, you know there are 4 letters, you read 1 letter and you read Ad Sat, Jugad Sach, Hai Bhe Sach, Nanak Hosi Be Sach, then you read the 2nd letter and then you say Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Hai Bhe Sach, Nanak Hosi Be Sach, then 3rd letter Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Hai Bhe Sach, Nanak Hosi Be Sach, then Pagwaya Gursant Malaya, 4th letter, and in the end you read 4 times Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Hai Bhe Sach, Nanak Hosi Be Sach, and start again, read 11 times. In 11 days you will be surprised to see what happens. Try it. In spite of the fact you don't have the mind for it, and you don't have the tendency for it, and you want to recover from the loss of love which has gone on the indirect negative state of mind, and you are losing the grip. Do you understand what I'm saying? If I would have given this secret to you in private, I would charge 5,000 bucks and would have thanked Guru Arjan Dev for writing those letters. But I thought, you are all are love beaten or love sick or whatever. I know, I don't want to explain much to you. But if you really want to love and you want to polish your love and position your love in right direction, this is a very ancient old secret. Read those Shabdazare and add at the end. You follow what I'm saying? Ad Sach, start that way. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Hai Bhe Sach, Nanak Hosi Bhe Sach, Mera Man Loche Gur Darsan Tain, Bilp Kare Chatra Ki Nyai Tikha Na Utre. You understand? Then in the end, Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Hai Bhe Sach, Nanak Hosi Bhe Sach. Then what is the 2nd line? Huh? I don't hear it. What is it? Tera mukh sahava jiyo sai tun bani. Chir hoya vekhe sareg pani. I know, Tansudesh. I mean, when that is finished, then you say, Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Hai Bhe Sach, Nanak Hosi Bhe Sach. 3rd is what? Ik kadi na milte, taan kal jug hota. Unkad miliye mein jiya tupa huanta. But whatever that is, you know that. Huh? I'm not saying anything, right? Then what happens? Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Hai Bhe Sach, Nanak Hosi Bhe Sach. Then Pag Hoa Gur Sant Malaya. Yeah. Right? Then Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Hai Bhe Sach, Nanak Hosi Bhe Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Hai Bhe Sach, Nanak Hosi Bhe Sach. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Hai Bhe Sach, Nanak Hosi Bhe. How much is it? 3? 4th. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Hai Bhe Sach, Nanak Hosi Bhe Sach. 5th is the beginning, and you start beginning again 11 times. For 40 days, just in this, I'm repeating it because there is a full explanation and I don't want to do it wrong. Correct? Now, having this done and understood, I want to do a simple experiment of love here. The love which I know, understand, and I admire. All right? Those of you who really want to go through it have to participate. Those who do not want to participate can watch. And those who know how to chant Shabad Zare can come on the stage. And I want immediately a harmonium to be produced and the drums. And I want it to be done very fast. You have to be volunteer. Come on here, right on the stage, immediately. Now, what you have to experience is, when they sing, you respond as you are singing and they are responding. It is called reactive unison-ness communication method. That's what I'm going to use. I'm using a science now. Okay, this side will act as a whole body. And this side will act as a whole body. And nobody shall move. Who wants to move or leave, leave now. We do not want to disturb the electromagnetic field. And don't mess us up, please. You may be in love or not in love. I'm not worried about it. But I'm worried you're going to sit, you're going to sit. And we don't want to police you. But we want definite about it. Once you sit, you sit. Now, you understand? You are all one body, correct? And you won't look to these ladies, you look to them, they look to you, face to face. Turn around. Come on, come on, come on, come on, hurry up. Sit face. Well, we are going to show you something which you never wanted to see before. Okay, they are sitting here in 60-degree angle. You are sitting absolutely confronting. Is that understood? And is it that we understand now we are sitting now, nobody will move? Do I have that assurance? Here and there mistakes will take place, don't pay any attention to it, okay? All right? Okay, now you know the system, how you're going to sing it? Okay? Please sing it, all the musicians and everybody from the navel point, right from low blow, okay? It's called low blow singing. Correct?
God such, to God such, Hebe such, Nanak hosi ne such. Mera man lote, Guru darshan dai. Mera man lote, Guru darshan dai. Dil bakare, chadak ki ai. Dil bakare. jio, ho goli ho, golak mai, ho goli ho, golak mai, gur sajan meeta, murare jio, gur sajan meeta, murare jio, sach jugat sach, hai be sach, nanak hosi hai sach, koi na milate, takal juga hota, ek koi na milate, takal juga hota, un kad miliye, pretu de Bhagavan ka, un kad miliye, pretu de Bhagavan ka, moire dam aave, idan aave, moire dam aave, idan aave, binde ke gura, darbare jio, binde ke gura, darbare jio, ho goli jio, golak mai, ho goli jio, golak mai, is sache gura, darbare jio, is sache gura, darbare jio, sach jugat sach, hai be sach, nanak hosi hai sach, Bhagavan gur sant milaya, Bhagavan gur sant milaya, Prabh avinasi घर में पाया, Prabh avinasi घर में पाया, सेवा करी परचा सन विचरा, सेवा करी परचा सन विचरा, जन नानक दासा तुम्हारे जियो, जन नानक दासा तुम्हारे जियो, हो गौरी जियो, गोरख माई, हो गौरी जियो, गोरख माई, जन नानक दासा तुम्हारे जियो, जन नानक दासा